Imagine returning home after years of intense, life or death situations, only to find the world you knew completely changed, and your experiences met with silence, misunderstanding, or even hostility. What would that feel like? Reintegration was profoundly challenging for Vietnam, where veterans primarily due to a unique combination of societal alienation, the nature of the conflict itself, and inadequate support systems upon their return. They often faced a public that did not welcome them as heroes, unlike veterans of previous wars, which deeply impacted their psychological well-being and sense of belonging. The core reason behind these difficulties stems from the divisive and unpopular nature of the Vietnam War itself within American society. Many citizens felt disconnected from the war's objectives or actively opposed it, projecting their anti-war sentiments onto the returning soldiers. This created a profound disconnect between the sacrifices made by service members and the public's perception, eroding the traditional heroes welcome veterans had historically received. Additionally, the guerrilla warfare tactics and the morally ambiguous aspects of the conflict meant that many veterans returned without a clear sense of victory or purpose, making it harder to process their experiences. Understanding this context helps us appreciate the importance of supportive communities and resources for veterans. For Vietnam veterans, practical steps toward reintegration often involved finding support groups, accessing nascent mental health services, and connecting with fellow veterans who shared similar experiences. It also highlighted the need for public education and empathy to bridge the civilian-military divide, encouraging people to separate the war from the warriors. For returning veterans, simply having a safe space to share their stories and process their trauma was, and remains, incredibly vital. One insider detail that underscores this challenge is the concept of a delayed stress reaction, now understood as post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. While trauma in veterans was recognized before Vietnam, the sheer scale and unique psychological pressures of this conflict, combined with the lack of public recognition, led to a far more widespread and delayed manifestation of severe stress. Many veterans struggled for years, sometimes decades, before their symptoms were properly diagnosed and addressed. Another crucial factor was the lack of demobilization programs that would help soldiers decompress and transition back to civilian life, a stark contrast to the structured processes of earlier conflicts. Ultimately, the difficult reintegration of Vietnam War veterans serves as a powerful historical lesson about the critical importance of societal support, mental health awareness, and thoughtful transition programs for service members. It underscores how the home front's reception deeply impacts a veteran's journey, emphasizing that honoring their sacrifice involves not just words, but also providing comprehensive care and understanding long after their service concludes.
If this history moves you, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.